Been on an incredible scoring spree. Last night, Kobe poured in 60, becoming the fourth player in NBA history to score at least 50 in 3 straight. He joined Elgin Baylor, Wilt Chamberlain, and Michael Jordan on that list. For Kobe, it's the latest achievement in his spectacular career, and even his peers have been amazed at his exploits. NBA TV's Rick Kamla has more.
Wow, did you see the move by the kid? That's Kobe.
Did you see the finish by the kid?
Bursting into the league in 1996, Kobe showed off his dynamic talent. He first reached the 50-point mark in December of 2000, and he would put up even bigger numbers last season in a game against Dallas.
He has put on an absolute offensive clinic.
We tried pretty much everything. We double-teamed them, we triple-teamed them, and he kept on coming.
Now Kobe for 3. I don't believe it. 62 for Kobe.
He hit us for 62 in 3 quarters, and that didn't feel good at all.
But Kobe outdid himself just a month later against the Raptors with one of the greatest performances in NBA history.
Sometimes if a guy's beating your best, you just have to, take it like a man.
4 away from Elgin Baylor's Laker record. For 3 again. Yes!
Well, there's 70.
This would be 18 for 20 from the line and an 81-point game. Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed the second greatest scoring performance in NBA history.
I thought it was a mistake, actually. I saw 81, and I was like, no, that's not right. I thought it was a typo, definitely a typo, but I was amazed.
You have to respect a guy like Kobe Bryant because those are one of those guys that you face on that court. It's time to compete.
And now he's lighting it up again.
Kobe, hard to believe.
Are you kidding me? Unreal.
Kobe's an assassin. He loves that stage. He loves to go out and, perform at a high level.
Kobe Bryant ahead of the pack. Flush with the finish. Well, there it is. 50 points for Kobe Bryant.
You have to really be on your P's and Q's when you're going up against him, because if you slip, you're going to fall.
Kobe, the distance. He's at 60.
And there is Kobe Bryant, who leads the NBA in scoring. Tonight, he'll have a chance to extend his run of 50-point games to 4 in a row as the Lakers take on the Hornets right here on NBA TV. We'll be right back.
Championships. He's in his 3rd season as the Hornets head coach, 6-8 all-time against his former ball club.
The series see the Lakers with a 29-12 lead, but as you say, 2 victories this year for the Hornets, and they're going for the sweep. They've lost 13 of the last 19.
Hornets won on December 6, 105-89. They won in the OKC 113-103 back on January the 20th. 3 officials tonight: Mark Wunderlich, Matt Bullard, and Violet Palmer, who you're looking at on your screen right now. They'll be making all the calls. There should be a playoff intensity type ball game because both clubs have not yet ensured their playoff spot. The Lakers just 1 game better than Denver in 6th in the West. The Hornets 1 game out of the 8th and final spot are in 10th place.
Well, he's going to get his. There's no doubt about it. His doesn't have to be 50, though.
There's Paul. A nice dribble drive and passed up the shot. David West can't hit the floater, and Kobe slaps down his first rebound. Kobe Bryant not passing tonight, is he? 3 touches, 3 shots. Odom had it stripped out of his hands.
He hasn't passed in a week, Bob.
Very good point. This is Devin Brown from downtown. Can't knock down the 3. Luke Walton looking up court and overshoots his intended target, Kobe Bryant.
I think we can force it inside on them. I don't think they can stop us inside, so don't get caught up in the jump shots too quickly. Take it down low.
Now, everybody's talking about how many points Kobe has scored over his last 3 games, but don't forget, they've led the victories. Chris Paul, untouched, knifing down the lane, and Chris Paul now with his 3rd point.
They didn't play against juggernaut teams either, though.
No.
Let's be honest.
Lakers have only missed 1. until that shot. Loose ball foul on the Lakers.
You talk about Shammond Williams. What do they know about Shammond Williams? Well, they know he can't stop Kobe. He can't stop Chris Paul from taking the ball in the lane. Chris is leaving Shammond Williams and is making an easy layup. That's what they know about him.
And they'll be getting more evidence as this quarter continues. Chandler screens off Williams and now gets the feed from Chris Paul. Chris Paul gets the long rebound. Goes behind the back to Desmond Mason. Mason with an acrobatic move off the window.
Points in the paint, baby. We're getting a bunch of them.
Hornets defense turned it up a little bit. 2 turnovers and 2 missed shots in their last 3 possessions, and Phil Jackson wants to chat. 8:22 to go here at the New Orleans Arena. The Hornets up a point. Behind the back went Chris Paul. Desmond ended up with it and around the defense for his first bucket of the ball game.
To go in the first quarter, the Hornets with a 9-8 lead over the Lakers in a sold-out New Orleans arena. Kobe Bryant already with 4 points. The Lakers, one of the most storied franchises in all of sports. Why? You measure it by championships. We thought we would compare the coaching staffs with the championship rings. Of course, Phil Jackson leading the way with 10. They have, oh my goodness, so many to combine all together, 43 together. For the Hornets, Byron Scott has 3, all coming as a Laker player. Darrell Walker has 1 as a player for the Chicago Bulls. So the Lakers with championships, Hornets trying to get there, guys.
No doubt about it. You got to start by getting into the postseason and then making your mark.
Got to be in it to win it.
Hornets just a game out of the 8th and final playoff spot in the Western Conference coming into tonight. Lakers occupying the 6th position after winning their last 3 in a row past Denver last night. David West from his favorite spot up top. And the Hornets lead grows to 3.
Lamar Odom got lost in the traffic trying to be a little tricky on defense. Ended up not being with David West at all, and David made him pay.
Hornets scored 6.
Right at Rasul Butler. He's new off the bench. They go right at him.
Chris Paul will go to the free throw line. The Hornets have done some damage early on. Kobe Bryant with a 10-point game already. 4 out of 7 from the field, plus a couple of free throws.
If you're Butler, you're saying, you know, why me now? But that's what smart teams do. The first guy off the bench, or when the guy's first off the bench, you attack him. He can't be in game rhythm because he hasn't been playing.
Chris Paul delivers on the first free throw. 1 more for a tie. You'll see Devin Brown on Kobe, which you've already seen. You'll see Rasul Butler on Kobe, which you're seeing now. And you'll also see Mason on Kobe, and maybe some other tricks up Byron Scott's sleeve tonight. CP3 ties us at 21. He has 7 in the opening quarter. Odom with that great handle at 6'10".
Man, he's playing a point forward, but you have Tyson Chandler guarding him.
Mark Jackson's matched up with Kwame Brown off the pick and roll. Kwame misses the layup. CP3 running the break. It's 5-on-4. Kwame trailing on the play. Chris Paul trying to take advantage and will once again go to the free throw line. The Hornets can't quite get that pumpkin to drop through.
Well, he had a conversation, a quick one, albeit with Tyson. He wanted Tyson to run the floor. He wanted to lob with Tyson, but he never could get Tyson open in the lane. But they were talking about it.
So Chris Paul with his 5th and 6th free throw attempts of this ball game.
That's a very good thing.
Breaks the tie. Hornets 2-0 against the Lakers this season. A win in December and a win in January. The win in January was in Oklahoma City. They won at Staples Center on December the 6th, and off the inbounds, it's off Odom's hand, and another Laker turnover.
Odom was just arguing about what he wanted. I think he wanted to get the ball and go one-on-one, but you got to catch it first, right?
Here's a look.
So now what's happening here? You're not prepared? You didn't know they were going to throw it to you? You weren't ready? Bad pass.
And a bad pass.
Kind of a bad pass.
There's Paul. Slices into the lane. Feeds Chandler. And the Lakers Might lose just by attrition tonight. All the fouls. Hornets going back to the free throw line. So far, Kobe, number 24, has 10. He's off to a fast start, but so are the Hornets, who lead 23-21, under 3 minutes remaining.
CST.
Looking at our inactive list tonight, Peja Stojakovic, Marcus Vinicius down in the D-League, and Bobby Jackson with the Achilles out for the Hornets. For the Lakers, Brian Cook, Chris Mim, and Vladimir Radmanovic inactive for LA.
All right, this ought to be fun. Hornets fans, Tuesday, March 27th is Retro Night as your Hornets take on the Dallas Mavericks at the Ford Center. All fans in attendance are encouraged to dress up in their favorite 70s or 80s outfits. Retro music and activities will take place throughout the night, including cash prizes for the 3 best costumes. Hornets basketball, you got to believe. So, Bob, you got to put on something orange, relive your Syracuse days. Gil, you got to put on the old Wake Forest uni, and I'll try and see if I can fit into my old LSU Tiger uniform as well. Retro, you got to believe it.
That's not what you said during the pregame, Jordy.
What?
You said that I bring my 70s and 80s outfit every night.
That's what I wear all the time.
I didn't want to rat on you like that now.
That's what I wear all the time, 80s stuff.
I'm just a retro kind of guy.
I call it old school.
Okay, I like that term much better. Tyson Chandler.
Old.
Yeah, Tyson Chandler's learning some old school moves, some basic low post play, and he's been getting a lot more offensive opportunities as a result. He is 3 for 4 tonight from the field. That's his first free throw attempt. The Hornets are now 8 of 9 from the line in the first quarter.
His drive to the basket was great.
And make it 9 for 10. Chandler just 50% on the season, but converts both. And the Hornets go up 4 with under 3 minutes to go.
Token pressure.
Jordan Farmar.
Better thing that he does than he's ever done before.
Farmar working against Chris Paul. Works around a double screen. Finds Kobe. That's a pretty good idea for a rookie. Kobe can't convert to 3.
That wasn't a good shot.
Desmond, transition. Guess who will visit the line? Again, the Hornets.
Well, we talked about what LA doesn't do. They don't stop you from getting in the paint. You get in the paint, you get to the free throw line. That's what the Hornets are doing.
In their last 8 games coming into tonight, the Lakers have allowed at least 100 points in every one of them, and they are giving up 111 points per game over that 8-game stretch. It's amazing there are any wins in there. But, of course, Kobe has kind of single-handedly done that.
Who have they played?
Well, last night they played the worst team in the league.
And they won by 2.
Yes, they did.
By 2.
Kobe scores 56, they lose. Desmond Mason at the free throw line for the Hornets, who continue to separate themselves from LA because of that free throw shooting. They've made their last 8 and are now 11 of 12 at the line.
When they made a decision to break over them out, it hadn't worked.
Lakers only have 1 trip there, and it's number 24 who's been to the line. He misses another 3, does Kobe. Chris Paul finds Butler. Can he remain hot? No, not on the first one. Mark Jackson didn't come back down with it and pays the price.
Good look, though.
Odom, trailer with 2 minutes to go, floats that one in. Pretty shot by Lamar Odom.
That's the strategy. They want Odom to bring Tyson outside. First time it's worked.
Andrew Bynum also on the floor for the first time for the Lakers, the youngest player in the NBA at 19. That shot won't go. So Butler's missed his first 2. 95 seconds remaining. Here's a steal by CP3 on the intended pass to Kobe. 2-on-1 with Butler. And that is a clean block out of bounds.
And Chris wanted Rasul to score so he could get started. Great steal. Chris is always prepared. And here comes the fast break.
See the disgusted look on Kobe's face. He didn't even run the floor.
Run the floor on offense if you're Kobe.
Chris Paul. Bottom. Chris Paul with 11. It's Chris Paul 11, Kobe Bryant 10 so far in the first quarter.
Okay.
Here comes Chris Paul with 5, with 4, with 3, all the way to the hoop for nothing except Chandler to follow it in with a second to go.
No answer for Chandler.
That That was after the buzzer. As time expires on a first quarter, which saw lots of offense. Hornets at home in New Orleans for the final time in the 06-07 season. They're here to see the Bees compete for a playoff spot. They're here to see Kobe go after a record.
Meet Rick Rourke.
Don't give up 50%. You're doing a good job. Kobe is having a decent night. He's got 13 points in the first quarter, but not having a great shooting night. He's only 4 of 9. He can shoot over anybody. He will shoot over anybody. Doesn't need a lot of room to get his shots off. You see, he makes a great jumper. You see him back you down and fall away. He's got it all. But tonight, the Hornets are making it work. As I say, he's 4 of 9 from the field. Made all 5 of his free throws. They made him look almost shooting.
I'm not a mathematician, but 13 times 4 is 52, isn't it?
Yes.
That would be a record-setting pace. Calm by Kobe standards the last 3 games coming in. But he is looking for his 4th consecutive 50-plus point game.
He ain't scoring 52 points. Okay.
I'm just telling you what the calculator says.
He won't score 52 points.
All right. Here's a drive and an easy layup by Farmar to tie this game at 31. It is our 7th tie of the night.
And he's not on the floor right now, so I know he's not going to score anytime soon.
Butler knocks down the 3. After missing his first 2 of the night, Hornets need his offense.
If he doesn't have to defend Kobe, he can get offense.
Kobe's on the floor. 24 against 24. Stripped by Desmond Mason, out of bounds. Kobe glaring at the official. No whistle there.
Good defense. Good strip. Mason has to use strength. Devin Brown quickness.
Kobe missing. Kobe started 3 of 4. He's gone 1 of 6 from the field since. West.
Well, what does that math tell you if he's gone 1 of 6 since? 52 points.
Hey, with Kobe, it's going to be quantity, not necessarily quality.
Okay, Kobe. 52.
Vujacic gave it up to Odom. 4 on the clock. 3 on the clock. Odom. And Jannero Pargo, who began his NBA career as a Los Angeles Laker, on the floor. And he's had 2 good games against his former club.
How many minutes can Kobe play tonight after last night? Played considerable minutes.
He's in great shape. There goes Pargo to the rack. He can't finish. When Kobe Bryant is on, I don't discount anything. I mean, Bynum got the layup.
You talk about Kobe like he could be playing for, say, the Denver Nuggets or somebody.
It's a short trip, isn't it? Isn't that a short trip from Memphis? And Butler loses control. He thought Farmar had touched it last. So the Hornets up a point, but it's Lakers ball as Mason has had his turn. 3 different Hornets already have tried to stop Kobe Bryant. Devin Brown is back on him. He's the guy who started the game defending him. 2 minutes into the second. Odom got a step on David West. And West is called for the foul. It'll be his second.
See, that's the guy you worry about because he can handle the ball, make its own offense, and he likes to pull you out from the basket. So if Odom has another big night, 20 and 15 last night, you get in trouble.
For Kobe. That forces Byron's hand. A Hornets timeout with 8:37 remaining in this first half of play. 39-34. Lakers have the lead, and when Kobe's had the ball, more often than not, it's ended up in the hoop.
Now coming inside the New Orleans arena, Kobe Bryant's 19 points that led the Lakers to a 39-34 lead with 8:37 to go in the half. We've got an update on 2 of the Hornet players that have been hurt for a while. First, Peja Stojakovic. He had his first full practice yesterday. That included a 5-on-5 scrimmage. Said he was fatigued early, had a difficult time getting his shot up late in the scrimmage. Byron Scott said Peja didn't complain of any pain to his surgically repaired cleared back after the 20-minute scrimmage. Now, he will practice again tomorrow, and there is a slight possibility he could play Sunday against the Houston Rockets. Bobby Jackson, well, the Hornets say he's out for the next 4 games to rest a strained right Achilles tendon. Bobby said today he's day-to-day, so we'll find out, but that's the latest update on Bobby Jackson and Peja Stojakovic.
A lot of offense sitting on a Hornet bench right now in street clothes.
Yeah, it is, but I tell you, taking care of the basketball and playing defense is how you win, though. I mean, and those guys, when they come back, they'll be a big help. But right now, taking care of the ball would help a little bit, too.
8.5 remaining in this first half. Chandler working on the youngster Bynum. They double him. Chris Paul gets past Farmar and makes him pay. Arriving just a little bit too late or out of position is Chris Paul now with 13.
I think Farmar played much better earlier in the season than he's playing now. It's usually the other way around.
Farmar goes baseline and can't reverse it in. Bynum follows it in. Bynum has some great skills.
He's young. I mean, they are young inside. I think the 11th youngest team in the league, maybe.
CP3 against Kobe. Top 2 scorers in this one. Fouls going against Walton.
It takes young players who are big players inside longer to develop. Bynum suffers through that.
Hornets already in the penalty after putting home 11 of 12 free throws in the first quarter. Right now, it's the story of the game for the Hornets offense.
Indeed.
He starts to turn a corner, he ain't there.
Dez missing the first of 2. Well, folks, now's your chance to play on the hardwood, just like your hometown Hornets. One lucky team will have the opportunity to take on your favorite Anheuser-Busch retailers in a pickup game. Visit Hornets.com to view a list of participating retailers. Hornets basketball, you gotta believe. And Dez comes up empty at the line. The Hornets had only missed 1 free throw prior to his visit.
So it becomes a big story if you get to the line and don't make it also.
Bynum turns to face up Chandler. Can't deliver on the jumper. Mason cleans it up. Hornets with the ball down 5. Plenty of time remaining here in the second quarter in New Orleans. Devin Brown defended by Kobe Bryant. Takes him in the lane. Chandler. Yes, sir! On his second opportunity.
Well, Chandler's also a young man straight out of high school. And Bynum has something to look forward to because Chandler's just dominating right now.
This is Vujacic delivering the 2-pointer against Desmond.
Kick and shoot.
Chris Paul with a crossover and draws yet another Lakers foul.
Tyson Chandler always in the great offensive rebounding position. He tapped the ball off the backboard to himself. That's just smart. And then the way he finished it, that's just talent.
It was a 10th foul called against the Lakers. I think I said they were in the penalty. I misspoke because Desmond had been fouled in the act of shooting. But they are piling up on the LA Lakers. 6:45 to go in this first half of play. Hornets have taken 14 free throws on the night.
Where they posted up Walton again with Dez.
Walton hits the deck. Chandler can't hold on after the Desmond miss. Walton tried it over Chandler unsuccessfully. Desmond in the lane. Chandler's 3 times, and the third was the charm.
We talked before the game about his trying to catch Garnett with rebounding. He said maybe your teammates can miss a few for you tonight, and they have.
11 rebounds after that offensive barrage by Chandler, who already has a double-double halfway through the second. Kobe misses the fall away.
It's a bad shot for most players, but maybe not for him because he can make that shot.
Mason had it blocked by Walton. Vujacic didn't have numbers, so pulled up. Maybe should have pulled it out.
Not a smart move. But you wonder, though, now Tyson did that offensive rebounding. Bob, that takes a lot out of him. They want to see if he gets fatigued because of hitting the offensive boards.
Devin Brown delivers two. So Devin has produced 6 first-half points. The Hornets within 1, just over 5 minutes to go. Hornets playing off of Bynum. Gave up the dribble, now gives it up to Kobe with 3. Farmar with 1 on the clock, missing the tray.
You play off Bynum, you put 2 on Kobe.
This is Butler for 3. Chandler keeps it alive, and he hit it off of a Laker. Great offensive work by Chandler on the boards. Hornets down 1, will have it back as Mason misses. Chandler 1, 2, 3, and now has 14 points and 11 rebounds.
A lot of good things to see in tonight's ball game. The Hornets 1 point behind the Lakers. Tyson Chandler really getting the job done on the boards. We talk about Tyson over and over again. He's getting better. He knows how to finish over the top. We talk about Tyson, he's getting better. If you miss it, he'll clean it up for you. We talk about Tyson, he's getting better. And you know what? Guys can shoot the ball. Don't worry if you miss, because Tyson Chandler will help you look good. Tyson Chandler already in the first half with a double-double. 14 points, 11 boards, his 30th double-double of the season. We don't know. We talk about what Kobe's going to do. What kind of game is he going to end up having?
3rd straight double-double for that guy, and now 38 games in a row that Tyson Chandler has at least 1 offensive rebound.
Well, and I know we couldn't put everything in the replay, but he had that drive early in the game. I've never seen him put it on the floor and split the defense for a layup. He's learning. He's adding something every time we see him play, and that's a great thing.
4.5 left. Nice feed. Desmond Mason got it to Paul. Wave off. The follow jam by Chandler because of another Los Angeles Lakers foul. And another trip to the free throw line upcoming.
The Lakers don't do very much in the paint. A great bounce pass from Dez. And I wish they hadn't fouled it, because who was there to clean that one up too? Tyson Chandler.
It was TC. Chris Paul missing that first free throw. 4 different Hornets had visited the free throw line here in the first half. Only 1 Laker has taken a free throw this evening, and that is Kobe, who was 7 for 7. Chris Paul now 6 of 8 at the line by himself. He has 14. And the Hornets have tied the Lakers. Vujacic looks off. Smush Parker returned after early foul trouble. Vujacic dribbling all over the place. Finds Parker, the no-look, finding Turioff. Now back to Vujacic, who knocks down the tray. You said he can shoot, Gil. It's his 50th three-pointer of the season.
When you're open, you can shoot too. He wasn't guarded.
Tyson Chandler working on Turioff. Can't convert. Odom outletting to Kobe. Kobe on Butler. Plenty of time for Kobe. And missing that time. Count. Chris Paul has a 19-point first half working.
Then we're not talking about that.
Jackson feeds Chris Paul with 2. Fall away with 1. No. You know he'd be looking at maybe career numbers if that thing goes in. Here comes Kobe, under 50 seconds to go. Kobe changes the shot into a pass, and Vujacic misses the 3, but Turioff tracks it down.
See, that worked, didn't it?
Hit that time. Vujacic missing another 3. 34 seconds left. Desmond Mason quickly beating the Lakers down the floor.
That was big. Needed to get that one. Now you got a chance to get a stop. You'll have some time left to maybe take the lead at the break.
Hornets within 1. Butler now has his turn at Kobe. Picked off by Turioff. This is Vujacic. It doesn't take much encouragement to get him to let it fly, does it? And a foul in the backcourt on Turioff with 13.2 seconds to go. The Hornets will be shooting again at the line.
Chris Paul taking exception to that foul by Turioff also.
Looks like Mark Jackson is going to be headed to the line for the Hornets.
Mark Jackson. I guess Chris taking up for his teammate.
Jackson, in his last 3 ball games, has counted for 20 points off the Bees bench. Shot over 50% from the field. Mark Jackson converting his first point of the night. And a 22nd timeout taken by the LA Lakers, as the Hornets have tied this game at 56, our 9th tie of this ball game. Friends, tomorrow is your chance to catch 2 LSU events for the price of 1. Be here at 1 p.m. as the 10th-ranked Lady Tigers host the 4th-ranked Crimson Tide of Alabama. It's an SEC softball showdown. Then at 4 p.m., watch as the 7th-ranked Tiger gymnastics team hosts the 5th-ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers on senior night. That's 2 for the price of 1 right here on CST.
Bill Jackson called the timeout because with 13 seconds to go, he thinks they can run a play. I mean, he's always coaching, always trying to get an advantage.
Might want to run one for number 24.
All right, well, you don't have to run plays for him. We'll try to not let him get his hands on the ball in this half, though.
So far, the Lakers have taken 44 shots. Kobe's got 17 of them attempted. Has made 9 of their 21. During his ridiculous streak of 50-plus points in 3 straight, he has averaged 50% of the Laker points scored. He's going to have to take a lot of shots to maintain that pace.
They gave him the ball early, so he's got it now.
Far in this quarter, 3 for 3 from the field and 3 for 3 at the line for Kobe Bryant. So a perfect third. Lakers on a 14-2 run to take their largest lead of the night.
Lakers have gone zone for the first time, Gil.
And then the Lakers' other players are hurting us too. Kobe's going to hurt you. Don't let everybody else hurt you.
Downtown is Devin Brown. He's in double figures with 12.
Big bucket because the Hornets, remember, led by 1 at the break. That transcended into a 9-point deficit. Got to get a stop here. Too easy.
4th Hornet tray. But the Lakers answer as Parker picks up his 6th.
Too easy, and it wasn't Kobe.
Right.
Brown. Nice bounce speed. David West, who can't finish with the left hand and then can't secure the offensive rebound.
Ouch.
He just overshot it because he had to move.
Ouch. I have a theory on Smush. I pushed it that time to get a bucket. Says I can't guard Chris. Only way I can stay in the game is I can score a couple of points myself.
Odom drains the jumper.
Watch
He's
that guy.
Figures.
Watch that guy.
He's the key.
Scary. To me, he's the key also, Jordan.
Lakers with their largest lead. Chris Paul yet to score here in the 3rd quarter after an 18-point first half. 5 on the clock for Chandler. Now 3. And the blocking foul goes against Brown.
Tyson was determined to get into the paint. If at first you don't succeed, back out. Take it back in again with his back to the shot clock and got the foul. David West having a tough one. He started off with only 4 points on 2 for 9 from the field. Classic example. He missed that easy little inside the lane shot, and Tyson Chandler just played croquet with him on the ball. Just went right through his legs at the free throw line as he was practicing the shot. Rolled right through him.
Chandler back to the line where he's 2 for 2, Gil.
Earlier he was practicing and someone hit him in the stomach with the ball. I think it was the ref. He's got to be careful of what the ball's doing to him when he's warming up his free throw moves.
Step away from the free throw line. Back up a little bit.
Keep your hands low.
After Kwame Brown's personal foul, his 5th. Mr. Andrew Bynum comes back in for him in the middle. Chandler, so far tonight, 12 rebounds to go with the 14 points. He trailed Kevin Garnett by 25 rebounds in the race to lead the league coming into this evening.
And the last outing, Tyson had 11. Garnett had 18. Stepped up. Garnett's really playing well for the T-Wolves. And already this quarter, Lakers shooting the lights out.
Drive rejected underneath. On the smush, Parker dribble drive. Under 7 minutes to go in the third. Walton steps in front of West for the intercept.
Devin picked up his dribble without any need to pick up his dribble. Keep the dribble alive and look to see who's open.
Hornets have only had 2 stops on the Lakers' 11 possessions to begin the second half. Odom for 3. Wave it off, says Violet Palmer. Foul is on David West. He doesn't even wait to dispute anything. He heads right to the Hornet bench with his 5th foul.
Well, had he disputed anything, he'd have gotten a tech. Yep. He left because he didn't have anything nice to say about that call.
Now what this does, David West, your second leading rebounder, he's out. Now all the load is on Tyson Chandler's shoulders unless a Desmond Mason or a Rasul Butler can step up and get on the glass.
So Odom fouled prior to his 3-point attempt. 10 on the clock for Odom. Parker over Paul, misses the tray, and Chandler has his 13th carry. This ball has Bynum left him. Now gets Smush in trouble. Still 8 to work with. Chris Paul gets the Chandler screen with 3, launches the tray. Chandler couldn't get that offensive rebound away from Odom.
Well, Chandler set the screen. It's hard to get to the rim after setting such a high screen.
Halfway through the third, Odom with the scoop, hit the deck, nothing there, but Bynum with the rebound jam.
And that's what I'm talking about. Tyson has to have some help on the glass. He cannot do it all. He challenged that shot. No weak side help.
Watching. I think our guys are watching it now.
Kobe missed that time.
You think there's a trainer or somebody on the bench that tells him how many points he has?
I don't think he needs to be told.
You think they whistle? Look at him, Kobe. You got 44. You just need 6 more, big guy.
See, my concern is that the mistakes that we are making, the shots that we're missing, all are a function of what he's doing. And somehow you have to blot the Kobe factor out and play your best basketball. If you play your best basketball and he scores 65 points and beats you, so be it. But we're not playing our best basketball. So as much as the story is about Kobe, it's equally as much about us.
Our fans are out of it. Chris Paul hasn't done anything yet of late. He's sitting here talking to Byron Scott.
This is his first official breather of the night. 44 points in with 82 seconds to go in the third in a back-to-back.
Nice follow by Rasul. You know, I blame Denver for it. Denver beat him by 27 a little over a week ago. Kobe said, you know what, I'm going to stop deferring. I'm going to take the initiative. And since then, he has been sensational.
I blame Phil Jackson for telling him he had the green light in the first quarter.
Well, I think Phil told him he had to take that initiative, but bringing back Walton and Odom has really helped him. He doesn't have to be the facilitator anymore.
Foul against Butler after Bynum tried to make it a 3-point play underneath. Would not go in. And actually the foul was called prior to the shot. So exactly 60 seconds to go in the quarter. And a 16-point Laker advantage. Their largest.
And a 14-point third quarter for the Hornets. So the third quarter Blues are striking up again.
50 seconds remaining. Walton. And Chandler now with a 14-rebound night. Devin Brown with a beautiful crossover dribble drive, and he will head to the line. So in this quarter, Kobe has 17, and the Hornets have 14.
We're just 1 3-ball away from tying them up.
Of course, Kobe's not going to add to his total in this quarter. Devin Brown will change that number right now.
Did I say he wouldn't have 52? I meant after 3 quarters.
But, you know, this game is so important for the Hornets because after tonight, you talked about it in Hornets tonight, it's the Texas Triangle just awaiting. Houston on Sunday, Dallas at the Ford Center, and then off to San Antonio on a back-to-back. I mean, this is make it or break it time as far as postseason playoffs.
Right. What you just mentioned, Jordy, 4 straight against playoff contenders, and 2 of them are really championship contenders. Maybe 3. 20 seconds to go. Hornets down 14. Great no-look pass by CP3 to Desmond Mason.
Movement against the zone, finding an open gap, someone stepping into the lane, and Chris can find him as well as anybody.
And the Lakers have called a timeout after the 6-0 Hornet run.
Chris Paul with the thread the needle.
As an injured Laker, that's why they call a timeout. Look on the floor, across the way.
Sure is. Nice pass, nice movement by Desmond Mason. Need more of that. I cannot see who it is.
Smush Parker. We're not sure.
Seems like he's holding his left ankle.
He is sitting up now. And now being helped up. That's a good sign. Let's take a look at what happened to Smush.
Shot goes up, and it's always land right there, his left ankle on Chris's ankle. You see it so many times in basketball that happens. It's not so much how you land, but it's where you land. And Smush is looks like he's okay. He may sit out the rest of this quarter and go from there.
So first, Chris Paul made him sit by his offense, and then it was Chris Paul's foot that he landed on. So Parker.
We want Smush to stay in the game so Kobe will not come back in the game. But look who's back in the game. Number 24, stepping back up. A very short respite.
Oh, my goodness. 13 and 7/10 seconds to go. One more possession for the Lakers, so why not bring number 24 back?
He wants the last shot.
You think?
Of every quarter, of every game,
every day.
His entire life.
Hornets had cut an 18-point deficit down to 12. Let's see if it stays that way. Odom had it tipped to number 24. 44 for Kobe Bryant, who is chasing history here in New Orleans. He had 17 in the quarter. The Hornets had 18 and are down 12.
And you can see the field goals. We were at 37% at the half, maintaining that low number through 3.
First possession belongs to the Bees here in the fourth. Hornets need some offense from number 30. West has been plagued by foul trouble and starts the fourth with 5. Devin Brown traveled after gaining that offensive rebound.
You know, that's a disturbing stat that I'd like to share with you. And the stat is when the Lakers have at least a 10-point lead at any juncture of the basketball game, their record is 31-8. Anytime during the game. Anytime during the game, if they're up by 10, their record is 31-8.
Biggest lead tonight was 18.
So 31 of their 36 wins have come that way. As Odom posts up Butler, and he travels. So one turnover deserves another.
Rule 101 in basketball. Pivot foot. Keep it on the ground. Then dribble. Then pick up your pivot foot.
Which one?
Well, you have to declare. Please declare.
Here's Chris Paul's floater over 2 Lakers. 22 for Chris Paul.
He's saying if Kobe can do it for y'all, I can do it for us. And there's the first double team we've seen in a while.
And they didn't do it with slower people. Chris Paul's going to make a very difficult floater. That's a tough shot. They doubled with quick people.
Kobe saved it along that baseline. Odom came up with that loose ball.
Only saved because Odom has that long wingspan.
It is a full timeout that Odom got after the beautiful Kobe Bryant save. Nearly a minute into the fourth, Hornets have cut what was once an 18-point deficit down to 10. They're going to have to stop Kobe to finish the job.
In active life, athlete's foot can break your rhythm.
For the past 17 years, Mr. Michael Zurillo. And now fans, a few words on behalf of the Hornets organization, Mr. George Shinn.
This man has been the face of this franchise for almost 20 years. He has been Super Hugo, he's been Air Hugo. He has done it all. He's traveled over the globe and represented the Hornets. Michael, you've been one of the greatest employees we've had. I'm so proud to have you part of the team. We've got you a rocking chair for your retirement, and we got a slam dunk for your children to practice on so you can rock and watch them. Let's give Michael another big hand. He's been a tremendous asset to us.
Let's hear it for Michael.
Now, just to let you know, that doesn't mean that Hugo, the mascot itself, is going to retire. You will see you, but just the man inside Hugo. We will, I guess, if there's going to be some kind of a search, will there be a contest to find the best acrobat?
I'm not in it.
Inside Hugo?
Well, they told me if I didn't find my voice, I might have to go.
He's had 9 surgeries. You know, who says being a mascot is easy?
Wow, is he in the NBA or the NFL?
Wow.
Vujacic training the 3. It's now a 13-point Laker advantage.
My little 2-year-old, Catherine, absolutely loves Hugo. Absolutely loves him.
It's funny the different stages that youngsters go through with mascots. Scared to death,
yes.
Love to death.
No gray area.
2 stages.
Side out for the Hornets as Butler finds Paul. Still time for the Hornets to come back against a Laker team not known for its defense. Devin Brown lost the handle. West found it and produces.
I'll take luck sometimes rather than skill. I'll take luck.
Only 6 for David West, playing with 5 fouls and plagued most of the night with those personals. Kobe, by the way, playing with 44 points. Damon Williams misses the 3. West grabs it. Chris Paul runs with it. Chris Paul went between the legs, behind the back, feeds Pargo.
Oh, you wanted to say it so badly, so did I.
Fourth quarter is usually Gennaro Pargo's quarter, the former Laker. Signed by the Hornets as a free agent, but he is scoreless tonight. Kobe got past Devin Brown. And David West cleans it up. Hornets have numbers. Chris Paul has Devin Brown with him, but doesn't use it. Doesn't need to. 24 for CP3.
Takes it right to the 10.
You make him miss, then you can play offense.
And as the Hornets get it under double digits, the Lakers call a timeout.
Hornets on the go. Get a good defensive stop. David West gets a rebound. Nobody quicker in the league going from free throw line to free throw line than Chris Paul. A little reversal of fortune for the bucket.
Hornets on a 12-3 run to cut it to 9. Sweet here in the New Orleans arena, and look at what is that? What is that? Fairwinds love CST and Rod and Gary. Would that be Gary Kirby?
Absolutely.
Our director?
Absolutely. Do they love him? I don't understand. And you know, Gary's in charge of the camera shots, so he saw that, and that was all she wrote.
I think that might be from the Madisonville, Louisiana fan club, Gary Kirby.
Charter membership of how many?
Well,
thousands?
We'll start with the 20 up there.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh, my.
That hurts.
Kobe miss. Turioff with an authoritative foul. Double-digit advantage again. But 9 minutes to play.
Got to get some movement on the offensive end. The lane is open, but nobody's moving to open spots.
David West working on Turioff. Can't finish with the left hand, and that kind of defines West's game. Close, but not enough finishes. 3 of 11 from the field. Kobe asking for it against Pargo. Butler helped to double him. Luke Walton finds Vujacic for 3. West sliding with Turioff and grabbing his 5th rebound.
Lakers quick in transition back defensively.
Here's West. Again going with a left hand. Turioff rejecting it out of bounds. Still 11 seconds for the Hornets to work with. Rough night at the office for D. West.
With Tyson Chandler out now, he's more of a low post player. And David, I think, is more comfortable in the 15 to 18 foot range.
Still a lot of time left in this ball game. Chris Paul. This is for 2. 26 for CP3.
Three buckets in this quarter. He is really trying to, as you say, make his mark, put a stamp on it.
Well, he's played well enough for the team to win, but others may not have. But he has played well enough.
One of 4 Hornets starters in double figures, and one's coming back in as Chandler comes to the scorer's table. Walton can't deliver to 3. Can't imagine that Coach Jackson's liking the threes that he's seeing launched.
The back-to-back double teams made others shoot the basketball from deep, and the Hornets rebound.
Devin Brown,
whoa,
rainbow 3 is an air ball, but a loose ball foul underneath is against the Lakers.
Had to be on Kobe with the hold.
It is on Kobe. It's his second.
Now Devin Brown must have been fouled, right? Because he shot that 3 ball and it came up about 10 feet short. So it either was blocked or fouled or both.
Well, he better say that to the coach. He gets a chance to explain it to the coach because
he's coming to the bench.
He is coming out.
I mean, he missed this one badly. Here comes a shot in the corner and
nope.
Hands part of the ball, right?
No block, no foul.
Just an air ball. And Byron Scott said,
no PT.
What was that? Come sit next to me. Well, go take my seat because I'm not sitting down.
Oh, this just in with 7:29 to play. Kobe had 44 in the first 3 quarters, and he had to scratch here in the 4th.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, the next time the Lakers have the ball, I have a feeling that he's going to touch it.
I think the manager told him, I'm telling you. See, he's more comfortable there with Tyson back in.
Chandler reporting back in and immediately securing his 16th rebound of the night. Let's check that. His 17th. Here's
Say it,
Marco.
Bob. Say it, Bob. Say it, Bob.
Bottom! And the Hornets have closed it to 6. Once down 18. Under 7 minutes to go. Kobe asks for it, receives it, drives it, cannot produce. Chandler has 18 rebounds.
Crowd back in it.
4 consecutive ball games, 50 or more points. Only Wilt Chamberlain had done it prior to Kobe. 65, 50, 60, and then tonight, 50 points. Wilt Chamberlain, the only other player in NBA history to score as many as 50 points in at least 4 consecutive ball games. What a night. And if the Hornets can come back and hand them an L, everybody here will go home happy.
You know, it's something when everybody in the building is looking at you to see if you can do that. And you're playing against the greatest athletes in the world, and he goes out and does it again with all the expectations on his shoulders. Wow, what a player. And back-to-back nights. 60 last night, 50 tonight, both on the road. Gee whiz.
44 minutes played this evening, by the way. Pargo drives, lobs that one up, no. And Odom grabs the rebound now under 3 minutes to play.
How does he enter the MVP race then? And you talk about great players in this league, and I know Nash and Nowitzki are getting all the credit. They play on better teams than he does. But now do you consider him part of the MVP race?
There is no doubt in my mind.
Absolutely.
And you know, those 3 guys are 1, 2, 3, but I'm not sure of the order.
Because of what you said. They play on better teams. He has to shoulder the responsibility for this team. And he has done it.
And the thing I want to give him a little credit for, he's not getting all these points and that they were losing. He got all these points and they're winning. When they were losing, he wasn't getting all these points.
He was deferring.
So now he's starting to score a lot, but to help his team win. So I don't think you can define him as selfish because of all the points. He's making something happen for his club. I think he's got to be in the MVP race, and he's got to be considered seriously for the MVP.
They were 0-7 to start the month.
Exactly.
Phil Jackson said, you know, don't wait past the first quarter to shoot. And they've now, if they hold on tonight, we'll have won 4 in a row.
And 13 of their last 16 they lost house. And the guru over there, Mr. Phil Jackson, the master of the Zen, said, Kobe, shoot early, often, and late.
This is Chris Paul. 8 on the clock. Drops it in. Chris Paul now has 28.
Well, he needed some help. He didn't get it, other than from Tyson.
It hurts when you really count on David West. A coach wants to be guaranteed of guys that play their game and can get them what they do best. And David hasn't done that tonight.
Walton got the roll. With just over 2 minutes remaining, the Lakers lead increasing to 11. Is it time to start contemplating trades? Chandler throws out to a guy who can make threes, but Butler steps in for the deuce. And will settle for that for the moment, cutting it to 9.
Need trays, knives, forks, bowls,
glasses.
1:40 to go.
The kitchen sink, in other words?
Whatever. Throw it all at him.
Well, they threw it all at Kobe, and he still got 50 defensively. Here's the double team. Odom against West. Odom beat the buzzer, got the bounce. Odom, with his 15th point, also has his second consecutive double-double.
The point forward at 7 feet tall who can handle it, fade, and knock a jumper could have been the dagger of the night.
West banks it in. Again, it's cut to a 3-possession ball game. Hornets with some full-court pressure, at least for the moment.
Time is the enemy.
That's it.
Time is the enemy now.
Kobe's called a dumb. He says, I don't want the ball. Y'all want to play. I don't want
Elgin Baylor and Michael Jordan. And clearly, he is the most valuable player this week.
Well, this week, I tell you what, I don't know about MVP, but best player in all of basketball, and that's a pretty good moniker for a guy to carry. And what happened was Phil went to Kobe and told Kobe, you've got to get started early in the offense. Don't wait till late in the game, because what was happening, they were falling behind early because Kobe was trying to get everyone else involved. So rather than allow his team to fall behind, Kobe took the initiative and started then to score the basketball. And from that point on, he's off and running, even though I still think Dirk is league MVP.
Okay, let's look at the final box score and see how Kobe did tonight overall. Here's a team in the Lakers that had to fend off a little charge there by the Hornets in the late going. They win 111 to 105. So this actually turned out to be a close game. You can see Bryant scoring 50. And right toward the end there, before the Lakers tacked on their last 11 points. So he had half of their points. He had 50. They had 100, which is incredible. But that's what we've become accustomed to seeing here with these big games he's had of late.
And Byron Scott's team, really, they started to double Kobe maybe after he got 40 to 44, feeling that, well, we're not going to let him get 50. Well, the cow is already out of the barn, Roy, and what they should have done, if you don't want him to get it, double him early. They did not.
Because they allowed him to get into a rhythm, and once he's in a rhythm, it doesn't matter whether you double or triple him, he's going to get his points. But what's most amazing to me about this run is not so much the points, but the fact that he has shot over 50%, almost 54% over these 4 games. And tonight, at one point, we don't have it, I don't have it, but he was 17 for 17 from the free throw line. He may have ended up 19 for 19. So this is an efficient Kobe. Someone sent an email to my blog, charging that Steve Nash should be the MVP and saying that people are getting overwhelmed by Kobe Bryant's points, but they're not looking at his shooting percentage. Well, we are looking at his shooting percentage, and it's 54%, and that's pretty good.
What do you think has led to this surge of consistency on such a high level at this point in the season?
Well, as an offensive player, what you do is you start to feed off yourself. And all of a sudden you have a hot hand one night, and then you bring it the next night. You bring that same feeling, and then you run a string of ball games, and at some point it'll run itself out. But it's coming down the stretch now, and there is a sense of urgency, and he got the green light from Phil Jackson. As a matter of fact, there was a game in Philadelphia where Kobe had 22 points with 9 minutes to go in the second period. I thought Phil made a mistake. He took Kobe out, not so much taking him out, but he sat him for 5 minutes. What a way to shut a player down, ice your own player, because Kobe came back in and didn't have it.
So, Fred, put on your coaching hat, because this really goes counter to what every coach will say what they want to do. They want teams to share the basketball. You want to get your teammates involved. What do you do when you have a player?
You don't believe that, do you? That's like writers talk.
Okay.
But that's what y'all tell us.
Yeah, that's what it sounds good. It sounds good. Let me tell you what you do. You feed the hot hand, and it goes back to when we're playing on the playground. Guy makes an outside shot, what do? You throw it back to him, right? You don't take it and shoot it because he made that shot. You always feed the hot hand, and that's what happens in basketball. You get a hot hand, you got to go with it.
As I
and
look
Kobe's
here,
got the hot hand.
0 assists for Kobe, but that's not a negative because you said he was giving up the ball.
Oh, when they double-teamed him, he gave up the ball continuously. Guys were missing shots, which made the double team more effective, which gave New Orleans/Oklahoma a chance to get back in the ball game to make a run. Guys were not making shots.
Yeah, there was a point in that game when it looked like New Orleans was not only going to get back in it, but they were going to take over because no Lakers were doing well. But then Kobe, it looks like they stopped double teaming him there right down the stretch. He started to get some quick shots off. He got fouled, so he got to the free throw line. He got his rhythm back and was able to control things for the Lakers.
He was forcing the action, getting to the line.
His previous high in 2 meetings with the Hornets this season was 24. He more than doubled that in this game. It is now time for the Lenovo stat of the night. It's a look at the best
stat of the
lineups.
night. Let's figure out what that is.
Yeah, the Lakers and Hornets coming into the game. The Lakers lineup up, surprise, surprise, Kobe Bryant, Lamar Odom, Kwame Brown, Smush Park, and Luke Walton were plus 39. The Hornets 5-some of Desmond Mason, Tyson Chandler, Rasul Butler, Gennaro Pargo, the former Laker, and Chris Paul plus 30 on the season, and that is the Lenovo stat.
Man, I got a better stat for Lenovo. Kobe, 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 Kobe.
Well, look at this. He scores 50.
Right.
The Miami Heat tonight held to 70.
Yeah, we were wondering early on whether Kobe was going to outscore the Heat.
You know? He was hot, that's for sure. That much we know. It is now time for the Gatorade winning finish. And tonight's play comes from the Blazers-Hawks game and features Josh Childress. Here it is.
Jack turning. And a pick off for Josh Smith. Josh Childress, rather. He takes it down at a 360 to spin it home.
Yes, Josh put a little extra on that one, didn't he?
What?
This winning finish was presented by Game and Vote for your favorite winning.